So the task that we can perform, it can either be a 2-digit number or it can be a 2-digit code. Everyone is saying. So in this case here, they say which how many 2-digit numbers were forming a number. No?
Yes.
Fortunately for us, we don't have 0. If we had 0, you will see, I'll show you, we'll just add 0 so that you'll see what I'm talking about. But let's start with this one. They say which using the digits, they gave us which go and use this. There's no any other thing that you can use. As much as these are not the only numbers that we have, according to this one, they say go and use 1, go and use 2, go and use 3, go and use 4, go and use 5, go and use 6, and go and use what? 7. Now, we want to form a 2-digit number. Since they say 2-digit number, we're going to perform 2 tasks. We're going to have task number 1. We're going to have task number 1, and then we're also going to have what? Task number 2. This is digit number 1. This is digit number what number? Number 2. Now, they say if repetition is allowed. What do I mean when I say repetition is allowed? I mean I can choose a number that says 1, 1. I can repeat 1. I can use 1 this side, and then I can also use 1 this side. Does that make sense? So you will see the words that they're going to be using, repetition is allowed, repetition is not allowed. If I'm allowed to repeat, it means which I can still choose. For example, how many numbers can I choose from to perform task number 1? I can either choose 1, Angish. If I don't choose 1, I can choose 2, Angish. If I don't choose 2, I can choose what? 3. I can choose up until what? 7. All in all, how many numbers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if they ask me how many options do I have, I have 7 options. I'm not creating the number. I'm just saying I have 7 different options that I can choose from. Just like what we had. I'm sure we said if you had starter, 4 of them, and then you have dessert, 3 of them. Then we're going to say it's 4 multiplied by what? By 3. So I can perform task number 1, which is choosing the first digit number, 7 different ways. If you see 7 here, I'm not creating the number, Dineo. I'm saying a person can choose 1, a person can choose 2, a person can choose 3, a person can choose 4. Now we are done with the first one. We've performed task number 1. Baloy. Let's go to number 2. How many different ways can I perform task number 2? How many numbers can I choose from? I can still choose from 1. If I don't choose 1, I can choose what? 2. If I don't choose 2, I can choose what? 3. And so on and so on. So it means which I'm going to tell them which is going to be what to be 7. Does that make sense? So I can choose 7 multiplied by 7, which is going to be equal to what? 49. How many 2-digit numbers can be formed if the digits may be repeated? There are 49 different 2-digit numbers that I can create. Now, what do we mean by that? We mean which you can create 1, 1. It's a 2-digit number. You can create 1, 2. It's a 2-digit number. You can create 1, 3. It's a 2-digit number. You can create 1, 4. It's a 2-digit number. Yes. Up until you go to 1, 7. After that, you go to 2, 1. You go to 2, 2. You go to repetition. I'm sure repetition is allowed. Yes. So we are allowed to repeat. Now let's look at number 2. Number 2, slightly different. We want to create 2-digit numbers, except, let's say this was A. Except here. Oh, they say how many 4 digits? It's no longer 2 digits. How many 4-digit numbers can be formed if the digits may not be repeated? Once 7 to 1, you are done. You can't have a code that says 1, 1, 1, 1. No, it's not allowed. But you can have a code that says 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the one that you like. They say create a code which 1 and we'll come to 1, 2, 3. Everyone is creating that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 0, 0. 1, 1, 1. Those are not codes. Okay. Let's stick to this one then. I'm going to use black for that one. Number B. With number B, we are performing 4 different tasks. We have digit number 1, because we are creating a 4-digit number. So I'm going to create 4 spaces. 4-digit number, 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone is happy then? Yes. Now, the question is, how many 4-digit numbers can I create if repetition is not allowed? That's very important. Repetition is what? Not allowed. How am I going to do this? I'm going to say to them, okay, when I choose for the first time, I haven't chosen anyone. I'm choosing for the first time. How many can I choose from? I can choose from what? From from 7. I've chosen now. Angish, I'm going to choose. There's no way you can go to the second choice if you haven't made your first choice, Angish. Now, which one is your first choice? We have no idea. We can choose anyone at random. Let's say the person chose 5. We are going to cancel 5. That's why 5 said, whether you can choose anyone, cancel 6. Here's a why 5 say. Why not 3? Cancel 3. Okay, I didn't choose 5, I chose 4. Now, how many are still remaining for me to choose 4 so that I can perform task number 2? There are no longer 7 numbers because you should use 1. There's no way you can go to number 2 if you haven't chosen the first one. So how many can you choose from now? 6. You can choose from 6. Then you come and tell them, Muhammad, okay, for option number 2, I no longer have 7, but I have what? I have 6. And then you come and write 6. Mara, you can guess, we cancel the other one. If we cancel the other one, we're going to be left with what? 5 to choose from. How many can you choose from now? 4. So if repetition is not allowed, it's going to be 7 multiplied by 4, multiplied by 5, multiplied by 0. Oh, multiplied by 4. What you get? 840. So we can perform this task in 840 different ways. That's if repetition is what? It's not allowed. Now, let's play around with this. What are we creating here? We're creating a 4-digit number. And then I want us to go into details with this 4-digit number. Now, this is not a code. A code can start with 0. Let's say we are given the following option. Instead of starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 7, they give us the following. They say, choosing from 0. They can also use this thing, but choosing from natural numbers or choosing from whole numbers. So you also need to understand what are natural numbers, what are the whole numbers. With how many codes can be chosen if you are choosing only from natural numbers? How many codes can be created if you are choosing from whole numbers? Now let's say here, they gave us, they say you are starting from 0. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's stick to 7 again. Yes. They say repetition is allowed. Let's start with repeating is allowed. If you're allowed to repeat, it means which you can have a code that says 0, or you can have a number which says 0, 0. But remember, what we are creating here is not a code, it's a number. We have 2-digit numbers, we have 4-digit numbers. Elena, who says something like this, if Elena says 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, this is 4. It's not a 4-digit number, this one. This is 4, it's a 1-digit number, this thing. Who's 0, 0, 0? 0, 0, 0, 4. It's a 1-digit number. But this thing here, if I have something like this, 4, 0, 0, 0, 0, this is a 4-digit number. So what is a 1-digit number? Anything between 0 up until you get to 9, it's a 1-digit number. How would you pronounce this number? Yeah, the question that we're asking is that how would you call this number if someone asks you? 4. It's 4. Yes, it's a 1-digit number. What is a 2-digit number? A 2-digit number is something like this. Anything between 10 up until you get to 99. Anything from 100 up until you get to 900, and it's a 3-digit number. Anything from 1001 up until you get to 9,999, it's a 4-digit number. So let's suppose which they said which we start with 0, and then they say how many 2-digit numbers can be formed if repetition is allowed. So if we're allowed to repeat, then how are we going to do this one? Let's look at this. We want to perform 2 tasks. Yes. It's a 2-digit number, so we're going to perform 2 tasks. What we're going to tell them is this: 0 cannot occupy the first position. Yes. It's only 0 who cannot occupy the first position. All of them, they can occupy the position, except who? 0. Why? It's because once we have 0, 1, it's a problem. So we're just going to remove 0 and say, how many options do we have? We have 7. That makes sense why I remove 0. Because we're creating a 2-digit number. But when we go to number 2, we can have a number like this. We can. We can have 1 is to what is to 0. It's allowed. This is a 2-digit number. So when we do the second time, we are going to have what? 8. So it's going to be 7 multiplied by what? By 8. Let's try the following then.